Hello everyone and welcome to a new video. Today I'm filming my July TBR, which is the first TBR where I also have a full-time job, but I'm also not a student anymore. So everything is gonna go up and up or something in my head. I have a couple of books I really need to read, and then I'm also gonna read from the piles on my floor, which I now feel like are just haunting me at this point. I thought I read and did a lot of progress of my piles in June, which I did. I finished so many series, but it's like, even though it's in my pile, I only maybe own like one book, and then I need to read like the whole rest of the series, which I borrow. So even though like I get one book off the pile, I read like 3 books actually. But there's over 30 books left. So if I read a book a day in June, I still won't be able to finish all of them. So that is not something I considered in my head before I said it out loud right now. But it will be fine. I will be reading progress of my pile. I also have a little pile of other books actually I'm very excited for. So I will go through those. First off, we have my current audio, which is Hearts That Cut by Kika Hatsopoulou. And this one is a sequel to Threads That Bind, which is a Greek mythology retelling, which is super fun. We follow one of the characters, which are the descendants of the three fates. She can cut threads between people, and then she is thrown into this investigation for these murders that is happening. And it's lots of really, really good world building and really good characters and romance. And I am like almost 50% in the audio, so definitely finish this soon. And I am very happy that I'm finally reading it. I needed audio, so I went for that because I listened to the first on audio because I didn't have any of my holds off. Since then, 3 of my holds have come off, I think. So now I'm like in panic, like, please let me finish this so that I can actually get to the others that also come off hold. Also need to read The Stone of Farewell by Tyler Williams. And this one is the second one in Memory, Sorrow and the Thorn, which is the read-along that Aaron is doing of the whole series, which is going this summer. The live show is most likely not until August, but I know I'm gonna start this in July because it's very thick, and I will probably like read not as my main book, but like maybe 100 pages a day up to the live show, so it's like fresh in my mind and I don't feel overwhelmed to read like 500 pages of this in a day. The first book was interesting, but we all had very different opinions on it, so I'll leave the link to the first live show down below. But I am excited to continue with this, and we'll definitely start this in July if I don't finish it in August. Excited? Can we balance? We shall see. Then I also need to read Every Heart a Doorway by Shannon McGuire. This is for my own read-along in Patreon, and I was supposed to read this in June, but I didn't get to it, and we haven't actually decided on a live show date yet. As I'm filming this right now, which we obviously need to find and figure out, but as it is a very, very short book, I'm sure it'll be fine that I read it now in July. And also in theory, need to read the second book in July, but if you don't have a live show until August, I will maybe read that in August. I'm just like pushing the book the month forward, even though in theory this was from June. One of my favorite series, or the favorite book in the series, and I absolutely am excited to read the ones I haven't read yet. This one is a part of fantasy where we follow the kids coming back from fantasy world and how they are dealing with this trauma of being fantastical and now are ordinary, basically. Very good series, and I'm excited to go through them all with my patrons. Then I obviously also need to read Wrath by John Gwynne. This one is the final one in the Faithful and the Fallen for Faithful and Along, not the final for the read along because we're reading the next, which is called, is it Blood and Sand? Blood and Bone, that is what it's called. But the final one in the first series. So the live show is a tentative date right now in the top of my head, the 27th of July. So very much later in July, but still obviously need to read it in the month. This I will buddy read with my friend Johanna, and we will probably read like a couple of chapters every day until the live show. Super, super excited to read this, even though I have read it before, but I can't remember a single thing that happens. So I'm very excited to read it now that I have been enjoying this series so much more. And yeah, definitely need to read this. Then, I'm not sure if I'm starting these in July, but I'm putting them here anyway. We have Vampire Academy and we have Frostbite, both by Richelle Mead, their first and second book in Vampire Academy. If you missed it, I did post a read-along announcement where we're reading this and Bloodlines together with other creators. And we are starting off with reading 2 at a time, where we will discuss both books in the live show so that we don't need to do like a billion live shows for like short and easy reads. The first live show is not until August, so I am unsure if I'm gonna wait until August to read them or if I will tentatively start now in July, which is why I'm putting them here, so I have them in my mind. But I also might push them into next month. But I will leave the announcement for the read along down below, so you can check it out and join us. It's not too late. Believe me, it's not too late. Then I'm pretty sure I'm reading Rouge by Mona Awad. I'm gonna be reading this with Sarah and others if they want to join in a Patreon. And this is just the author from Bunny, but I don't know anything about it. I bought it because it's the author from Bunny, and I'm hoping it is weird and good. Yay! I have hopes, but I'm randomly reading that, so I put it on my TBR so I don't forget. And that is all, like, I feel like my obligatory reads, which is not too bad. Then we need to pick out my gum machine pick, which is for my highest tier in Patreon. I have put in the bingo balls, not put them in, they've been there since last time. One is like locked in, so I'm like mixing it up. And we will see who is the chosen one this time. Oh, this is so much better when I did the... Oh, okay. That was... I don't know if you saw that. I just kind of did it. Oh, we have Aslag. I don't know if you can see it. It's really, really bad. Oh, maybe you can see it, actually. And I will ask Aslag for her rec for me. If she answers by the time I post this video, I will put her book here. If it's not a book here, that means she has not answered me yet as I'm posting this. But I will be reading it, and I am planning to start weekly vlogging a bit again. I haven't done so in a while, but I shall see if I can try it. Because life is very different now than it used to be, I feel like, for me. So I feel like weekly vlogging seems appealing to me in this moment. But then I have project vlogging. How to separate? I will figure it out. But we are happy, I think. So not after, because I'm reading some of these later in the month and I'm reading them out loud. We split up, I think. I have the books in my piles. What do I have checked out at my library right now that I'm also getting to? So we have Royal Assassin by Robin Hobb. I didn't get it out of my Robin Hobb shelf. I will pop a picture. I'm going to listen to this with Erica. We had to renew our loan because we didn't listen all the time we were on holiday. We have 54% in. I do believe we can finish that. We also borrowed Abessa, Chosen of the Wolf, which I do own, but it's also over there. Which I will listen then with Erica as well. Hopefully we get to that. We might listen to Stolen Air by Holly Black, but that loan is expiring soon and there's a waitlist. So I'm not sure. We were definitely planning to get to all of these. I don't usually let loans expire, but life happens, you know? Then for myself, I am listening to Hot Statcat, as I said. My next audio is A Treachery of Swans by A.B. Powanek, which I definitely will listen to like 100%. The loan is expires in 15 days. That's a good time for me. I usually finish an audio like every second day, but since I was away, I didn't have my usually audiobook time, but now I'll have all the mornings. So I will listen to a lot. And after that, I will be doing The Nightblood Prince by Molly X. Chang. This one just came off this morning, so I am excited for that. Hopefully it will be good. That is all the audios I have. And then I also have Glass Slippers by Leah Cypress. This one I literally borrowed because it's part of my piles. Because I have the first one in the series, which is a retelling of Sleeping Beauty. And this one seems to be a retelling of Cinderella. And then it's like, I think, a retelling of every fairy tale. And I wasn't sure if I wanted to keep that. Most likely not. But I like to complete series before on haul. So I would try to get through them. And this one had a waitlist. So I put it on waitlist. And the other one I checked out, but I do own it as well, is Passengers and Wayfarer by Alexander Bracken. These are in my piles if I want to keep or not. I most likely am following to, probably not, but I have both of them and will be the first, I think, books from my piles I will read this month. Maybe get to unhaul them or not, we shall see. But I will definitely read them. They are the first one I'm starting with, so you know that. And then again, I will probably try to vlog. I haven't weekly vlogged, I feel like, in a year, so we shall see how that goes. But yeah, that was the books for July. Wish me good luck in my new job. I'm starting tomorrow. And thank you so much for watching this. And you should see me soon. I have lots of videos I haven't posted, so... But I will have less time to film, so it's a whole thing. Leave a ship, because we had a Wayfarer book, down below. You should see me soon in a new one. Thank you so much for watching. Bye!